Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. After my first impression of ACDC, it quickly became clear from your comments that I could not return to the band without hearing their original singer, Bon Scott. Not only am I going to hear him today, I'm also going to hear his signature song. So thank you very much for all of your suggestions. Let's get to it. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. First of all, I need to be very clear. This is a video that is not the source of the audio, right? So the audio was overlaid on top of this video. I think the audio comes from the studio album, so I really did want to have the sound of what their studio album was like. Also, it's very hard to find a performance of the song that's live. I had several people looking and they all came back and said, hey, we can't really find a good example of this live. So this is the best we could do. I really, really still wanted to see what the band members look like. And particularly I wanted to see Bon Scott and look at, how he's handling a microphone, even knowing that maybe this isn't the exact sound that's coming out of his mouth. But I still get to see how he's handling a microphone. Also, I heard there are bagpipes in this and I see the bagpipes everywhere and I'm super excited for that. Okay. And it's got a really cool groove. We're going to go back to the beginning. It's a really good groove. Right? Like instant rock out. It's really funny seeing them in this video because they look so young. And my first introduction of them, I think, is when they're much, much older. So it's so weird sometimes how on this channel I go back in time with an artist. It's trippy. It's groovy. It's so groovy immediately. It's catchy. So I think his voice is doubled, and that creates a really cool effect as well. But also, it's fun because the other person I've heard sing is Brian Johnson. I think that's probably pretty obvious. Both of their voices sit really, really high, and I can see then how Brian Johnson would eventually take this over. But Bon Scott sounds like it's got just a cleaner edge to it, a little less consistent grit. But they're both really gnarly in your face kind of voices. Back a little bit. Right here. I really like the writing and the phrasing here as well. They've set up an expectation and then they break it to kind of catch your attention. I'll show you in this in just a bit where that happens. right there. So you have this essentially ba-da-one. It's leading into a downbeat is the way they've set this up on getting robbed, getting stoned, getting beat up, broken bone, somewhere in there. Let me go back one more time. Again, totally new to me. A bunch of you are probably singing along. This is brand new to me. Back a little more. Right there is where they started up. Getting stoned, okay. They've set up this expectation. And then they break it right here instead of coming on that same beat. I like that harmony. Oh my gosh! It's like a little baby Angus. He's so young here compared to what I was introduced to him as. Oh man. There's just strapping young lads. Not Devin Townsend's, but very young here. Oh my gosh. I love bagpipes with heavier instrumentation. Bagpipes don't always go terribly well with a full orchestra. They just kind of, it's like almost too much. They go really, really well with rock and roll and metal. I feel like bagpipes need to have a resurgence. Been enjoying them lately with various kinds of genres. Anyhow, I love the idea of putting bagpipes together with this. I think it sounds fantastic. I like the way they cut. There's something about the bagpipes that actually feels reminiscent of Bon Scott's voice because of the way that there's like a certain high droniness to them. And like it's almost a certain nasality in their focus as well. Maybe that's the readiness of them. So they have a lot of pierce to their sound too. So it works really well. I dig it. I also like the drone with this groove. It just works. Ooh. I also love that apparently Bon Scott played the bagpipes too with this. I just think it's so cool that you would sing and play. And apparently this was really hard to do in a live concert. I could see that because with all of the pumping up of the bag for the bagpipes, and then also bagpipes are just super loud. And what happens when you're done with them, like they still have air in them. So I could just see that it'd be kind of annoying to have bagpipes backstage. So apparently this wasn't done very frequently live, and certainly was very difficult to capture live, hence why we have this particular video that we're watching today. Still, they're so cool. We should have more bagpipes. Hashtag bring bagpipes back. We can make it. We can make it happen. Okay, let's go back just a little bit and catch this really cool guitar solo that's coming up. Oh my gosh, I love call and response of the bagpipes guitar, but this is also like the perfect music for the street because you can hear bagpipes coming from a mile away. It's going to stop everybody on the street. Like, what? Are those bagpipes? Not every day you see that. Probably not even in Scotland. I love the call and response though. It's fun. Oh my gosh. People must have thought they were so crazy. I love that little snapshot of Bon Scott as going by. That's amazing. They're like, nope, don't care. Doing it. Amazing. Amazing. Ooh. I like this. I like that you can see the smile in his sound. Like he looks like when he sings that he pretty consistently has a little bit of a smile going on. And that would make sense a lot for the way his sound is, because a smile will help get that sound a little further forward. Naturally, it's going to focus it more in this area to have it outside. Sometimes in classical singing, we'll talk about having an inner smile. It's not just classical singing, it's other styles as well. But there's an inner smile where you can lift back there, and that kind of creates like a feeling of a smile back at your soft palate. That can create brightness with dome. Whereas his sound doesn't have much dome. It wants to be much more forward. So there's more of an external smile, and that helps bring it forward out of the face a little bit more. And then gives it some extra teeth. Yeah, look at that smile in there. It's so funny. It's often just repeating the same note over and over, but with so much style and little toss-offs at the end and a certain driving force behind it as well. It's very focused drive. And there's so much bite off of the sound too. I like the way that there are certain words where just like grabs off of them in a lot of ways. I'm gonna go back and catch a couple of those. It's pretty cool. Like the way he elongates scream and then look out. It almost sounds more like a narration, almost like the genie from Aladdin. Oh. Robin Williams. But he has a way of saying, look out, that is really grabbing an attention and sounds like it's short, but actually has been elongated well. Top. I like the way he grabs off the top there too. Oh. Like it's just such a specific sound, right? It is very focused. It has moments where you grab off of it. There's a lot of sliding off of the ends. I don't think it's particularly loud or powerful. It's just really focused. Like I mentioned, it's like a laser beam kind of focus. And it's almost snarky. It's like, has a lot of rawr in it. It is really interesting though, hearing him versus Brian Johnson and listening to the way there's less grit rasp in this sound overall while not losing the directness of the tone. I like that they decided, we're just going to play 3 notes. We're going to play them over and over and over. If a riff is good, keep playing it. Like, keep it going. This song has got so much groove in it. Why wouldn't you just keep going with it? Yeah, there's something about the song that just makes you happy to rock out. It's a vibe. The whole song is a vibe. Interesting. I feel like I'm starting to just barely dig into ACDC, and it makes me wonder if that's like one of the fundamental things about ACDC is just this sort of happy to rock out vibe that I really get from this song and also from Thunderstruck. I'm going to go back a little bit. Seriously, it's 3 notes over and over in the bagpipes, and it works. It's a triad. Again, why not? More. Oh my gosh. Fade out of the circus. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's so amusing that they decided to continue those 3 notes over and over. Like, if it's a good thing, why let it stop? And they also continued that groove underneath too, which was a really good feeling. Just overall, even with the fade out at the end, I feel like somewhere in the back of my head, this awesome rock and roll vibe is continuing. That's fantastic. What a great way to uplift someone's day. If you want to see other times when I discovered a great band for the first time, you can check out this playlist over here. It is so much fun going through this journey with your suggestions. So thank you so much, and may you fall more in love with music every day.